the first draft of this paper that you'll write is actually a no source draft. And I do this for a couple of reasons in the research process. And probably the most important reason is that sometimes students get so bogged down with source information because, I mean, let's face it, we can Google everything, that they get overwhelmed by the amount of stuff out there and then don't ever understand what it is they're really looking for. So by doing an initial no source draft, you're really helping guide your research because you're writing down what you know. And then by doing that, you can see where there are gaps in your process or there's gaps in your knowledge. And then wherever those gaps are, that's where you need to look for research information to help fill in those gaps. So this draft is not going to have any outside research at all, but it should be in complete paragraph form, following this outline here. So you will have multiple paragraphs. Now, these paragraphs might not be, some are going to be longer than others because you're not going to necessarily know all the information, which is why you're going to do research. So, but I do want you to follow this particular pattern. So your introductory paragraph, you need to introduce us to the problem, and you need to give your thesis. So think about the introductory paragraph being the same as it always is. Get the reader's attention, announce what your topic and what your problem is, and then state your thesis. So that introductory paragraph really only needs to be 5 or 6 sentences, nothing long. Then the body paragraph 1 is going to be the history and the background of your problem. Some of this you may know, some of it you may not know. So just include what you know here. Body paragraph 2 is who is affected. So who are the different groups of people affected by the problem? Body paragraph 3 is how bad is the problem. So in other words, you know, is it really, really bad? Is it kind of bad? It's probably going to be pretty bad, but I want to know in what ways is it bad? Is it bad? Sorry. Then body paragraphs 4, 5, 6, etc. are going to be what are the different ways people are affected. So you would have one way per paragraph. Or you could structure these paragraphs according to this question: how are the different groups mentioned in body paragraph 2 affected? So you could break this section down by ways people are affected, way 1, way 2, way 3, or you could break it down by the groups that are affected, group 1, group 2, group 3. And again, you could have 2 body paragraphs here, 3 body paragraphs, 4 body paragraphs. And then finally, the last few paragraphs are your solutions, okay? And then your conclusions. So understand that you will have gaps here because that's how you're going to target your research. But I want this draft to be as complete as it can be from the knowledge that you already have in your brain from existing and for being interested in this topic. Once I get that no source draft from you, then we can look at places where you need to target your research. And before you start that research, I'll be able to give you some guidance about the things that you need to specifically look for.